Hello and magandang hapon po. Ang dami nating sounds ngayon, ano? Welcome back to another live show po of Ask Dr. Ana. And our show is considered po and called Libreng Konsulta. So please follow us on YouTube. Meron po kaming YouTube channel. And ask questions, sasagutin po natin. Our topic today is COVID vaccines. Pero kung meron po kayong question that's not related to COVID vaccines, willing naman po kaming sagutin. So I'm Dr. Ana York Bondoc, and please join us, Libreng Consulta. We are on YouTube and FB Live. So let's start. Ako, before, habang linaload po yung mga questions, I would like to ask one question. This question was sent to me by Architect Cynthia Clemens Duns. Si Ma'am Cynthia po is the head of the Philippine Diabetes Support, one of the largest support groups po on the internet for diabetic patients. So ang tanong po sa akin ni Ma'am Cynthia is, Doktora, every year po ba kami ng COVID vaccine? Kasi tapos na po siya. And every year po, do I have to do a COVID vaccine? So ang sabi ko po talaga kay Ma'am Cynthia, so that was her question, every year po ba, like the flu vaccine, we have to do the COVID? So ang sagot ko po kay Ma'am Cynthia, Ma'am, thank you for asking this question. And right now po, no, there is no proof na yearly po ang kailangan or kung may kailangan ka pang extra na bakuna. As of now po, the two vaccines that you have received, dose 1 and dose 2, whether it should be Pfizer, whether it was Sinovac, whether it was AstraZeneca, okay na po yon for the moment. Ngayon, sabi ko sa kanya, pag may bagong dumating na balita, inform naman po tayo ng gobyerno. And if there's new datos, bagong balita, whether good or bad, the government will inform us po. Pero as of today, the 2 doses po na nakuha po natin, kung kayo na po ay bakunado, or yung hinihintay nyo po kung hindi pa po kayo bakunado, tapos na po yon for the moment. And i-inform na lang po tayo if we need more vaccines in the future. So Miss Reyna, 2 vaccines ka na. Malapit ka na ba mag 2 vaccines, Miss Reyna? Are you waiting for your second dose?
Yes po. Waiting na lang po for the...
Yes, okay. Miss Kat, are you waiting for your second dose? Alam ko AstraZeneca rin yan in second week of August si Ma'am Kat. Okay. So, si Ma'am Cynthia, she asked me, Sinovac po yun, naka 2 doses. Ako po, Sinovac 2 dose. So, yung natanggap namin na 2 doses of Sinovac, tapos na muna yon, okay? Wala nang ibang kailangan pa. Ikaw, Miss Reyna, once you get your AstraZeneca, ikaw, Miss Kat, once you get your AstraZeneca, stop na and that's okay for now. Okay? So, yun lang po. Right now, there's no adequate information pa po. No other studies and the government will let us know naman po kung merong lalabas. At the moment, tapos na after dose 2. Okay? So, you are considered completely vaccinated and protected after the second dose.
From Mr. J.R. Atienza, hello po, Congresswoman.
Hi, JR. How are you and good afternoon?
Doc, bati muna tayo and then paspasan po
sige.
natin.
Kasi marami naman akong nakahandang questions from the last week. I'm sorry again, hingi na po ako ng sorry kasi sobrang busy po namin na everyday may ganap. Ang dami na nga ho namin hindi na post at hindi na ho nga kami maka-live. So, ito na ho yung bawi namin sa inyo.
From Miss Shane Andalio, hello po, Doktora. Maayap katapanon po. Katpanapon po. Pasensya na.
Good afternoon.
Okay po. From one of our viewers, Doktora, bakit bawal ang walk-in sa bakuna? Andoon na ako, pinaalis pa.
Actually, ang dami ko na ring, there was some confusion kasi si Mayor Isko Moreno, parang nag-ano siya na may walk-in. And then later on, nung pumunta yung mga tao, nagkaroon ng confusion. So, eto po yun, bakit po, and maraming nagalit. I will tell you how some people were able to walk in and kung bakit nagkakaroon ng situation na biglang may nababakunahan, okay? Ganito po yung situation na yon, okay? Ideally, nagpapalista po lahat ng mga magpapabakuna. So may listahan po si government na ganyan. Every day po, may target sila, whether it be 200, 300, 500, ganun po, no? So yung text po nila, may konting extra pa po silang tinetext. Kanya lang, the reality of the situation is, pag kayo po ay tinext, hindi naman ho lahat darating. Kasi yung mga ibang tao, Reyna, nagpapalista sa maraming lugar, then unahan na lang. Okay? So pag halimbawa tinawag na sila ng City of Manila, yung pala nabakunahan na sila sa Quezon City, hindi naman nila tinatanggal yung pangalan nila sa listahan. So nabakunahan na sila, then obviously they're not gonna come anymore, ano? Merong iba naman traveling, yung iba working, yung iba out of town. So there are many reasons why um, some people don't turn up for the list. Pero ideally po, yung mga tinext po for that day, lalo na po sa umaga, hinihintay po yung mga darating, kumpleto na po. Kumbaga, all slots are taken. So, mas lalong-lalo na po in the morning while they are waiting for the others na tinext po nila na kung darating o hindi, talagang kung nakapila ho kayo sa umaga, maririnig nyo po talaga all slots are taken. Okay. Ngayon, the reality is sabihin mo, Ma'am, so pauwiin kayo sa umaga. Ang dami nagsabi, Ma'am, bakit po sa hapon bigla kaming nabakunahan, ganun, ganun. The reality of the situation po is, as I told you, not everybody's gonna go. So, meron pong, yun nga, nagtrabaho, nag-travel, nabakunahan na sa ibang lugar. So, biglang sa hapon, nare-realize nila na yung binuksan po nila, once open po yun, hindi na maibabalik sa container eh. So, malalaman po nila, and this has happened multiple times rin po sa probinsya, na, oh my God, hindi na pala darating, say, 300 yung 150 lang ang dumating. So, they need to find the 150 people kaagad. That is the time, kung nakatayo ka doon, bigla kang mababakunahan. Okay? So, should there actually be walk-ins? Actually, dapat hindi. Kasi ideally, all slots are indeed filled. Tapos meron pa silang palugit sa mga hindi darating. But in reality, pag dumating ka po ng 4 o'clock, baka ho may extra bakuna. But again, wag ho kayong umasa na meron. At it could be na marami ho talagang dumating. So, yun po yung situation kung bakit sometimes it is told na kung hindi po nakalista, hindi po pwedeng bakunahan. Pero sometimes, in the afternoon naman po, kung talagang konti lang yung dumating for that day, baka mabakunahan din po kayo. Okay, but again, wag po umasa sa mga emergency na biglang, wala ng tao, sige, pumasok ka na. No, magpalista po kayo because, and pag tinext po kayo, please come kasi it's better naman po na organize po yung ating sistema. Okay? Luminaw ba yon, Miss Rains, kung bakit may walk-in at kuminsan, theoretically dapat wala, at kung bakit meron kuminsan nababakunahan sa hapon?
Agree ako, Doc. Agree ako at saka malinaw po. Malinaw.
Oo, pero please ha, wag kayong umasa na hindi na kayo magpapaano. Then, you just try to sneak in at 4 o'clock kasi there will be many times na maubos din naman yung bakunan. Baka mapauwi kayo, kawawa naman kayo, malayo pa yung ano nyo. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Ito pa. Sorry, may dagdag. Okay? Ito pa kung bakit hindi maganda yung walk-in. Okay? Lalo na yung mga walk-in na malalakas o yung malakas kay ganito, ayoko na sabihin kung sino. But there is some situation na marami pong sinisingit dahil malakas to whoever. Sana wag po natin gawin yon kasi may tinext po kayong mga tao eh. Kawawa naman ho yung mga taong yun kung yung iba hindi na pumasok sa work, na kasi na-text sila. And then when they go there, yun pala yung mga malalakas, nag-walk in at napayagan. So, please, let's not do that system kasi merong mga tao talaga who own those, parang nakatoka na sa kanila. And napaka-unfair naman po dahil malakas kay ganito, malakas kay ganyan. Sana walang ganunan, okay? But I have heard stories of people na tinext 2 beses. Pagdating nila doon ng alas 11, wala na raw. Oh no. Kasi marami hong pinapasok si ganito. Wag ganun ha.
So, Doc, share ko lang yung experience ko.
Oh, sige.
Okay, so nauna si Dad and si Randy magpa schedule. So nauna silang tawagan. And then I was called also for the next day and scheduled
next day ka ata, 'di ba? Oo,
yes.
Next day ka. Oh.
So pumunta ako doon hoping na makakasabay ako sa kanila so that I won't go out twice because I have kids. I have babies to attend to.
Oo.
Ganito ka strict, Doc, and they explained to me bakit hindi pwede ako payagan na sumabay kay Dad and kay Randy. The reason was, Ma'am, pinrofile ka po according to your comorbidities and to your kung ano po yung yung inyo pong status, health status. So, doon ko nakita yung importance. Sabi niya, ma'am, pwede ka namin turukan ng Sinovac. However, your profile says you are for AstraZeneca. So, let's just follow that. Kasi baka mamaya, binigyan ka namin ng Sinovac, ikaw din ang masisisi bandang huli kasi you are being profiled for AstraZeneca. So,
Pwede
it was
naman.
clear to me. Yes. Yun. Kasi baka daw mamaya may mga adverse reaction for Sinovac na hindi para sa akin. So, then, I uploaded them kasi maganda yung pagkaka-explain nila sa akin, di ba? Tama po kayo, wag basta-basta mag-walk-in kasi baka mamaya hindi po kayo na-profile. Meron po kayong mga illnesses na hindi nyo rin po alam. Binigyan kayo ng certain vaccine, hindi pala para po sa inyo.
Well, in reality, Reina, all vaccines are okay naman. Kaya lang, in the beginning kasi, people wanted to have different vaccines. Pero what I could say is, all vaccines are okay. Wag na ho maging choosy. Pag tinawag kayo, dumating na lang kayo. That's my best advice. And kung na-profile
Yes,
po kayo,
kasi
you're still okay naman po to take another vaccine. Though I have to agree, no, sometimes the government chooses certain vaccines for certain persons. Pero wala naman pong masama if you manage to have a walk-in, wala naman. Ang malungkot lang if you grab somebody's vaccine kasi kawawa rin yung tao. Yun lang.
agree. No to red taping.
Kasi malakas ka kay kapitan, huwag ganun na, guys, wag.
Yes.
Okay?
Guys, totoo yan. Si Doktora, we have a direct communication kay Doktora. Wala po kaming palakasan. She assigned us to our municipality. Ganun po siya ka-strict. Totoo po
let's
yung
follow the rules. Ako rin ho, following rules. Okay? Next question po.
Next question. Doktora, bakit ayaw nilang sabihin kung anong brand ng mga bakuna bago ka dumating?
Ayan ang reason, ayan ang maganda yan, there are people na trying to investigate kung ano yung brand sa araw na tinawag sila. Guys, pag tinawag kayo, that means it's safe, okay? Any vaccine po sa Pilipinas, hindi po aprubahan yan ng ating FDA if it's not safe. So, pinag-aralan po yan ng mga dalubhasa. Not only abroad, the Filipinos did just follow kung ano yung sinabi sa abroad. The Filipinos have their own technical committee of experts, okay? Pinag-aralan ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. Hindi po tayo nakikinig lang sa mga foreigners. Okay? The Filipino doctors and Filipino experts are advising the FDA and they are looking at each gamot and each bakuna. Okay? So guys, be assured of that. Ako po, I got vaccinated by Sinovac. I did not choose. Yung husband ko po, sinabi sa kanya, Sinovac. Pagdating niya doon, AstraZeneca, bakuna na rin. People ask me, Doktora, should we wait for Pfizer or whatever? Wag na po, kasi while we're waiting, baka kung may mangyari sa inyo in the waiting period. And I know people who got COVID while waiting, Reina. I don't want to say the brands kasi pangit, but they were waiting for certain brands at mabagal yung dating ng kanilang brands na COVID sila. Ayun, nasa hospital yung isa. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, our primary goal should be to save our life. Kung meron ka pang mga issues about the bakuna, kasi you want to travel, ganun, mamaya na lang natin yung pag-usapan. The most important, buhay pa po tayo. We need to save our life. Sinovac and all the other vaccines po that were approved sa Philippines have been found to be effective, most especially against serious COVID, against dying, and against ICU and against dying nga po. Lahat, promise lahat. So, the most important thing, and let's think about it, is to save our life. Traveling, blah, blah, mga ibang rason, rekomendado ng anak sa Amerika, no, okay? What is important, you need to save your life now and today. Okay? So, pag tinawag ka na, at hindi mo pa kinuha yung bakunang yun, nako, pag may nangyari sa'yo next week while waiting, you have only yourself to blame kasi tinawag ka na at tinanggihan mo. Okay? My manager got, ito lang sa amin lang just for your knowledge, para kami United Nations dito. Ako, Sinovac, si husband, Astra, Bianan Astra, brother Astra. Manager isa Astra, manager 2 Sinovac, manager 3 Sputnik ha, Sputnik. And then employees Astra. So si Reina Astra, si Kat Astra. So what I'm trying to say is we all took that opportunity para to save our life at para mabakunahan kami. Hindi kami namilit na maghihintay kami ng ganito, maghihintay kami. Habang naghihintay ka, baka may mangyari sa'yo. So, next question.
Okay, next question. Doktora, kumakain ka na ba sa restaurants? Anong opinion ninyo? Safe na ba?
Well, ito lang aminin ko na, before the surge, I ate, when was the surge? The surge was April eh. March, second week of March, third week of March, parang ganon. February, kumain po kami ni Dr. J. Then, November, kumain din kami ni Doc June sa SM. Pero, I haven't eaten out since the surge. The only place that I ate out po was Clark. Kasi it was an open air restaurant and wala po kaming katabi. Ang katabi ko pa lang po yung driver ko who was far away and Benji. So, that's the only time po that I have eaten outside. The rest of the time po talaga, binaon ko po yung pagkain sa sasakyan and then I ate in my house. So, yun lang po talaga. Some of you, and then a few things when I have to eat out for politics, wala akong choice. But I eat super fast, promise. And andun po ako sa open air. Sinabi ko na po dun sa mga tao namin na please as much as possible, ipabaon na lang po yung pagkain. So, do I eat out for friendship? Even for family, I haven't done it eh. So, do I eat in the house of my biyanan? So, talagang hindi pa po. Because eating, as I mentioned to you, is that's the time that you remove your mask po talaga. So again, tansyahin nyo, if you're the only person in the restaurant and wala naman talagang tao doon, maybe, okay? It will be okay. Pero yung ugaliin po na talagang kain lang kain dito, kain doon without thinking, hindi po pwede yun, okay? What I could say is, assess the situation. How many people are in the restaurant? Open air ba kayo? May katabi ka ba? If you are eating, kasama mo ba yung kasama mong kumakain, kasama mo sa isang bahay o iba't ibang bahay? So lahat po yon i-assess nyo. Bukas po ba yung bintana? Kumusta po yung aircon? Alfresco ba? Lahat yon. Okay? So you have to assess per situation. I cannot tell you na wag kumain sa labas kasi medyo malupit naman yon. But what I can say is, before you eat out, you think muna and you assess the situation. Okay? Nakuha nyo ba yon, Rains?
Yes, Doktora. Napakaganda nyo. Perspective po.
Oo, parang I cannot tell you talaga yes or no. I just tell you my personal opinion and then you have to think the steps kung dapat o hindi. Uy, bumati naman tayo ng konti. Puro na lang tayong questions.
Okay po. From Mr. Jimmy Soriaga, good afternoon, Doktora Ana.
Jimmy, how are you? Sorry talaga hindi kami nagla-live as often as we should.
From Mr. Ronel Bordallo, more power, Doc. Wag po sana kayong magpapagod sa mga ginagawa nyo. Ang ganitong effort ay needed ng bayan, lalo na yung walang access sa credible information.
Ay, totoo yan. People are looking for information. Konti lang talaga ang In fact, nobody does Q&A in the Philippines except me and a few others, pero maikli lang po yung mga Q&A nila. Like, I did a talk yesterday, ang gagaling ng mga tao, pero the Q&A was really only 20 minutes. So talagang yung ang daming tanong, people are desperate for information. Tama po yan. Okay, any other bate? Maybe two more? Ayan.
Okay, questions muna po. Doctor, is it dangerous to go to church?
Naku po. Again, my answer to you is it depends, okay? A lot of people, first of all, let's talk about mental health, okay? Mental health. Mental health, okay? Especially for the older persons. Kasi most of the people who really want to go to church are like my mother-in-law, she's 85. Nabakunahan na po times 2 na Astro, pinapunta na po namin sa simbahan. We cannot stop it eh. Masyado pong malungkot yung pagbabawalan po lahat. And going to church is a great source of comfort. Therapy na ho yan sa ibang tao. Friendship, reaching out, pakikipagkapwa, lahat na po, no? But, again, answer the following questions. Naka-aircon ba yung church nyo o bukas yung bintana? Okay? Mas magandang naka-aircon. Numero 2, when you go to church, naka-socially distance po ba yung upuan? Numero 3, are they strict about the number of people who can go into the church? Kasi I have seen some weddings na nakipagtulakan ho, like parang wala na pong ano eh, they went past what the IATF is allowing. Number 4, is there singing? I'm sorry, I know some people here are choir members, Miss Kat. Pero ako, I am not in favor of singing unless the singers are very far away from the audience and that they are far away from each other, okay? Ako talagang hindi ako mahilig sa singing. I'm sorry. Singing has been really shown to next to talking, mas matindi pa nga raw yung singing, okay? Number 5, question to you. Sa akin po, no, if you are just going to go to church, then you receive communion po na malayo naman from the other persons. That's the only time that you remove your mask. Sa akin, okay na. Kaya lang, napag-usapan din po namin ni husband, there are many churches, lalo na po sa province, and maybe other denominations na after the church po, they congregate, nagkwekwentuhan po. Kasi magkabibigan po yung mga ka-church eh. And then after that, some people eat meals together. Doon talaga ako nababahala. Okay? Again, please do not eat with other persons, even if they are your church members. Ang dami na po, ang dami. You can read it on Facebook. Please help this group of fathers na positive po silang lahat. Please help these nuns na positive po sila. They got positive po through eating. I'm sorry talaga. I'm really, really, really sorry. So if you're just going to go to church, stand by yourself, socially distance, malakas naman po yung electric fan, bukas yung mga bintana, go. Okay? But if you're going to go to church, makikipagsiksikan, aircon, no social distancing, and then kakain pa yung mga parishioners after. Yan, mahirap na po. I can only tell you talaga to use your best judgment po sa situation na ganun. Because sa akin din ho, yung biyanan ko, napaka madasalin, sa Kapampangan sinasabing dagis pisamban or something like that, ano po. Talagang ano sila, they are very close, they derive comfort from the church. So I don't want to say no. What I want you to do again is to think, where is the church, assess the situation, and make your decision based on that. And remember, the Lord will not judge you po. You can pray from wherever you are. But if you want to be in the church, assess lang po. Okay?
Okay.
Marami atang tanong, so better make the answers short. Okay, yes. Sorry.
From one of our viewers, Doktora, yung tatay ko ayaw magpabakuna, pero bakit ang hilig gumala?
Reyna, sagutin mo yan.
Yung tatay ko may bakuna, gustong gumala, ayoko.
Reyna, wag naman. Sinabi na ng IATF, pwede, okay.
But then, mahirap na kasi not all of us here in the house are fully vaccinated. Yeah, so ang ginawa namin, Doc, guess what? We gave him a tablet and then sabi ko mag-YouTube ka na lang, i-YouTube mo na lang gusto puntahan.
Reyna, ito lang sige, ako nasa,
sige po.
Napunta ka naman sa other side na masyadong strict. Ito lang Okay, let's talk about the seniors. Tama po si Reyna. Once a senior has been vaccinated 2 times, yun po ang meaning ng completely vaccinated. 2 beses na po, no? Sa Sinovac, that happens after 1 month. Sa AstraZeneca, 3 months. I think sa Gamaleya, 3 weeks, okay? Something like that, okay? Basta, nakadalawang bakuna ka. So, kompleto yung bakuna mo. And thank you, IATF, for recognizing na mahirap naman ho talaga ang kalagayan na nakakulong sa bahay. With or without tablet, Reyna, ha? So, ito yung masasabi ko. The IATF allowed fully vaccinated seniors to go out of their house. You can go to the bank. You can go to the church. You can go around your neighborhood, but you need to wear a mask and a face shield. Okay? So, these are seniors age 60 and above. So, Reina, if your dad wants to go out, samahan nyo na lang, okay, for safety. And if you wanna give a tablet, wala rin namang masama doon, okay?
Doc,
Siguro
okay, agree.
i-assess mo na lang. Ito, very important, okay? Assess. For example, kasama mo yung parent mo sa bahay. Assess where they're going and what they want to do. And then go from there. Yun lang, that's all I can say.
Here,
But, yung baliktad nun, kung hindi po kayo nagpabakuna, hindi po kayo dapat lumabas ng bahay nyo. The IATF does not allow seniors who are not vaccinated to leave the house. So kung ayaw nyo pong magpabakuna, I am very sorry, but you need to stay in your house. Yun lang. Ngayon, kung
Doc,
bakunado na kayo, i-assess nyo na lang kung saan kayo dapat pumunta, kung bakit kayo pumupunta doon, and assess ventilation, social distancing. Alam nyo na. Okay? Yun lang. Sige, Reyna.
Doc, yeah, to give lang a clear picture, there's a thin line between mahilig gumala sa gusto lang gumala. Yung dad ko gusto lang gumala, so pinasyal namin. Pero pagka
Ayan
gusto
pala.
niyang magligalig at gumala ng gumala, ay hindi
Ay, hindi
pwede.
naman. May ano rin naman. May
Oo,
limits
yun
din
naman.
naman. May
So,
limits din naman.
yes. So pag gusto niyang gumala, sinasama namin siya. We drive around. And also the kids. Pero I have to agree with you on the side na sinabi niyo po na yung mental health talaga nila. Kasi si daddy, before siya mabakunahan, nagsasabi siya talaga ng mga nalulungkot ako kasi tumatanda na ako, nagme-memory
Stuck at
lane na
home.
lang ako. Yes. So, meron talaga, meron at meron pong side effects sa kanilang mental health.
So, yun nga. If your parent is fully vaccinated, siguro you guys can decide together kung ano yung pwedeng gawin at kung ano yung hindi pwedeng gawin. Tama rin si Rina, just because you've been vaccinated twice doesn't mean na too much. Alam mo yun, meron din namang too much, okay? Meron din namang too much. Yun. Pero kung zero ang bakuna mo, doon ka sa bahay. Okay?
From one of our viewers, Doktora, I'm worried about my Sinovac shots. Para akong nagre-regrets ngayon.
Alam mo, yan ang number one na topic sa social media ngayon talaga for the last week. Actually, I think I might do an update on Sinovac. Ito lang guys. Doktora, ba't ang daming naririnig na negative tungkol sa Sinovac? Ito lang this is a business. Vaccines are a big business. So, kung minsan yung mga nagre-report po talaga, ano pa country versus country, like China versus US. Of course, US would like us to buy Pfizer, no? But what I could say po is realize that not everything on social media is reliable. A lot of it is being reported para may financial gain po doon, okay? Number two issue that you should realize, and I wanted to share with you, there's a new study of Sinovac that came out, 10 million po ang na-enroll. This study was held in Chile from February to May. So, ang dami po talaga. And they monitored those who got Sinovac and those who were not vaccinated. Tapos tiningnan kung kung safe, kung ilan ang namatay, kung ilan ang na-ICU, ganon. Studies have shown talaga that Sinovac is really very, very, very effective po in preventing serious COVID, preventing hospitalization, and preventing death. Side effects po are very, very manageable. Ngayon, if you're gonna get COVID, the answer is it's possible. Pero are you going to die? It's still possible, pero very, very, very rare. Okay? So, ako po, I do not regret getting Sinovac. I am glad that I'm still alive. And sabi ko nga, any other problems that crop up, pwede naman nating aksyonan. We can, at the moment, there is no need for a third dose, for a fourth dose. Wala pa po, okay? The Sinovac has been found to be protective also against the Delta variant. And it's also helping people not die from Delta. Kahit po nagkasakit sila, hindi naman po sila namamatay. Yung mga nababalitaan po naging positive, yes, it is possible to be positive. Pero talagang yung death rate po, napakakonti. I would like to state dito po sa Pilipinas, ang dami na pong na Sinovac na mga healthcare workers. So far, wala pa pong namatay ng COVID doon. So that is a very powerful statement po. The 10 million study po in Chile is also very powerful. Why is there so much bad balita? Sometimes talagang ano po, financial gain din po talaga yan. At saka labanan po yan ng mga superpowers. Should you be grateful? Yes, I am grateful I had Sinovac. I have no regrets. But again, I continue to protect myself with a mask and a face shield. O, yun.
From one of our viewers, Doktora, booster shots ng bakuna kailangan ba?
Okay, what is a booster shot? A booster shot is pag ano sa tingin niyo po kulang yung protection ng dalawang shots and then you have to give another shot. That often happens po with measles. Kids get vaccinated age 2 and then they receive a booster by school age. Si Benji po na booster na rin po. Um, ang ano naman, ang flu shot, it's not a booster shot eh. The flu changes every year, so we have to keep new formulations of the flu vaccine. So wala pa po, there is no data yet that after 2 shots, kailangan po ng bago or kailangan po ng isa next year. Sa US po, the Pfizer presented to the US government. The US government was not convinced. So unless something happens po, or may babalitang bago or bigla akong maraming healthcare workers sa Pilipinas na namatay and we see na kulang po yung protection na nakuha nila, at the moment, 2 shots are more than okay. Yung mga nagpabakuna 3 or 4 times, there is no scientific evidence for that. And we do not actually know kung merong side effects o wala yung more than 2 bakunas. So my best advice, stick with the 2, wear your mask, wear your face shield, socially distance, and tingnan na lang po natin kung ano pa po ang mangyayari. And if something happens, we are ready and ano po, to move towards the solution to that problem, kung ano man po yung mangyari. Isa pa. Should people have multiple shots, no, of more than 2? Ang tanong ko po is ganito, the concentration po of our government is to vaccinate all Filipinos. Right now po, 3% pa lang po ang naka 2 shots and I think 10% ang naka 1 shot. So ang layo pa po natin, no? We have to be fair, we have to have justice. So hindi po pwedeng isang tao lang ang mababakunahan ng 10 beses at may 10 taong walang bakuna. No, that is not the way it works. Okay? If we manage to vaccinate a large number of Filipinos, magiging bababa po talaga yung COVID rate and pati po yung safety mo, Reina, will increase. Kasi yung sinasabi po nila, and I truly agree with this and I believe this, you are not safe until everyone around you is safe. So let's concentrate po on vaccinating the Philippines kasi kung hindi po bakunado lahat ng tao dito, kahit 10 shots ka pa, you will not be safe. Okay?
Okay, next question. From Ignacio Lacap, Doktora, magandang araw po. Gustong-gusto ko pong mabakunahan pero may allergy po ako sa mga gamot. Tulad ng mga antibiotic, lahat ng mga penicillin na mamaga, aking mga balat mainit na kinakati. Dok, hindi po ba delikado ang magpabakuna ng vaccine kontra COVID-19? Kinakabahan ako, baka makontrahan po ako.
I thank you for this very informative question. And it is something that people talk about really and ask about. The only persons po talaga who should not take the COVID vaccines are those po with allergies to the specific, I think they're polysorbates or something like that po, na nandun po sa COVID vaccine mismo. There are no antibiotics and there is no penicillin po inside the bakuna. Okay? So if you're allergic to penicillin at saka po mga antibiotic, wala po talaga yun sa loob ng bakuna. So I would say yes, you could get vaccinated. Pero If you are indeed a highly allergic person, I would suggest po na magpa-clearance na lang po muna kayo sa inyong doktor bago po kayo magpabakuna. But theoretically po, there is no antibiotic, no penicillin in the vaccine. So theoretically, you are safe, but I would suggest po, pa-clear po muna kayo sa inyong doktor. Okay? And if you are highly allergic, I don't know if the Filipinos carry EpiPen. Sa US po, you'd be bringing an EpiPen. Dito po, I would like to tell you na yung mga vaccine sites po, may mga gamot po yon for emergency allergy. So my advice to you is see your doctor po muna. Okay? Thank you for asking. Ang dami pong nagtatanong talaga noon.
From Jason Silaran, Hi Doc, good day po. Ask ko lang sana kung no need na po ba magpa-swab test or antibody test or CLIA test before bakunahan. Sabi kasi noon, once pag nag-positive, within 3 months pa daw po dapat bakunahan. What if asymptomatic po pala yung magpapabakuna? Pero dahil hindi siya nag-swab test, nabakunahan siya ng wala pang 3 months. Makaka-apekto po kaya yun or binago na po yung policy na yun? Salamat po, Doc. Gusto ko lang pong ma-confirm. God bless po.
Kapangalan pa ng asawa ko itong si Jason. Okay, Jason. Thank you for that question. Kasi marami hong na-COVID. Okay? And then, the question is, siguro let's separate it into two parts. Okay? Question number 1. Kung ikaw po ay na-COVID, should you be vaccinated? My answer is yes, you should be vaccinated. Kasi po, yung antibodies po na makukuha mo from getting COVID po, they are not going to last for a long time unlike yung sa vaccine. Sa COVID po, the natural immunity of COVID, ang sinasabi po nila right now is possibly 6 months and possibly longer. But once you get vaccinated, yung antibody na form mo po, yun ang pinag-aralan na talaga because that is part of the vaccine study. So yes, if you got COVID or if you are asymptomatic, it is okay to be vaccinated. O, second part of the question, kailangan po bang 3 months at may mangyayari po bang masama if you get vaccinated before the 3 months time? Or kung hindi mo alam na na-positive ka and then you got vaccinated. Ito lang sabihin ko, dati po may 3 months. Pero ngayon po, people are advised na as long as you have recovered na po, no? Kasi syempre ayaw naman ho nating magpabakuna ng mga taong may lagnat o hinihingal. At ayaw naman ho nating magbakuna din naman ho ng nakakahawa o hindi. Baka yung nagbabakuna mahawa sa'yo. So ngayon, the advisory po is, as long as you're already asymptomatic, nakalabas ka na po sa quarantine mo, then you are okay to be vaccinated. Kung kayo naman po ay asymptomatic, wala naman nararamdaman, wala naman pa naman hong masamang masyadong nangyari for anyone. So I would assume it's okay to be vaccinated even if you're asymptomatic. So the 3 months rule, wala na po yon. Okay? The rule is, kung wala kang nararamdaman at tapos na yung quarantine mo, pwede ka nang mabakunahan. So I hope that answers your question, Jason. And what I can tell you, kasi asawa ko Jason, gwapo yung mga Jasons. Okay?
From Miss Carmelita Grospe, Good afternoon, Doktora. Naka-first dose na po ako ng Pfizer. Mag-second dose na po ako this week. Pero nalaman ko po na may fatty liver po ako. Okay pa po ba yun na ituloy ko yung second dose ko po? Salamat
Yes,
po sa
ma'am.
sagot.
Miss Carmelita, thanks so much for this question. Yes, ma'am, you can get your second dose of vaccine even if you found out that you have fatty liver. Actually, eto lang ang fatty liver po or chronic liver disease is one of the listings po sa A3. Anong listing na A3? That means kung may sakit po kayo sa atay, all the more reason na dapat kayong mabakunahan. Okay? So, for example, wala pang first dose, alam mong may fatty liver ka o may sakit ka sa atay, ikaw ay mahuhulog po sa A3 category. Yun ang meaning po nun is priority. So, ang dapat mong gawin, puntahan mo yung doktor mo sa atay at magpagawa ka ng sulat. This is to certify that Ma'am Carmelita Gorospe may fatty liver and sana po bigyan ng priority. Okay? Ngayon na naka-first dose ka na, and you found out you have fatty liver, okay na okay lang pong magkaroon po ng second dose. if you would like to talk to your doctor about the fatty liver po, wala naman pong masama doon.
Next question
Or,
from
sandali. Or if you would like to get a clearance from your doctor because you're worried about the fatty liver, okay lang po yun.
Miss Evangeline Pamintuan. Hello po, Doktora. Safe po ba ipavaccine ng 12 years old? Pfizer po ang available.
Ma'am, there's a question about that, no? Kasi po yung anak ko po is 8. And somebody asked me, Doktora, pabakuna ba actually? Wag na natin, somebody very close to me asked about that. Ma'am, sa US po, I think up to 15 years old pwede. And I think, I'm not sure about 12 ha, pero nasa Pilipinas ho ba kayo? Okay. Sa ano po, sa US po kasi, I'm not sure if the number is 12. Let me research that. But in the Philippines, hindi pa po siya approved. So if you are in the Philippines, ma'am, let's just wait na lang for the FDA. Kasi po, ayoko pong pangunahan yung FDA. Even though some of the younger kids po were already vaccinated with Pfizer. Yung mga anak po ng kaklase ko were vaccinated with Pfizer. Wait lang ha. Were vaccinated po with Pfizer in the US. Dito po sa Pilipinas, it's not yet allowed. So, huwag muna, ma'am. Let's wait muna. Sandali lang po, Ayan. Here. CDC recommends everyone 12 years and older should get a COVID-19 vaccine to help prevent against COVID-19. Sa US po yun. People have been asking me that, including about Benji. My advice is, it's not yet allowed dito. So, I would not encourage you po na gawin yon. Let us wait for our government's advice and move forward using that advice. Ito po yung sinabi ko the Philippines does not rely on foreign studies. Okay? The Philippines will assess the situation by Filipinos for Filipinos. So let's wait po for them to move. Okay? Meanwhile, ma'am, while waiting, kung lalabas po kasi the IATF just allowed children 5 years old and above, kung lalabas po yung mga bata, again, dapat open air, mask, and face shield. Okay? Ako po may anak, so na-touch po ako sa tanong na yon.
From Miss Corazon Malyari Castro. Hi po, Doktora. Matagal ko na po pinaparegister ang husband ko sa barangay. Diabetic at hypertensive siya, 57 years old. Unfortunately, until now, di pa natatawag for vaccine. Nag-online register po siya, so sana po matawagan na. Salamat po. God bless.
Ma'am Corazon, thank you very much for registering your husband. Hindi pa po siya senior, nevertheless, he has diabetes and high blood pressure. So mapupunta po siya dun sa may comorbidities. Paki-flash lang po yung comorbidities, alam po natin yan. So this will put po husband in the A3 category. And this A3 category po, A1 is frontliner, A2 is senior, A3 po comorbidities. So mauna po talaga si husband. But again, ayan po, comorbidities. Kaya lang po, due to lack of bakuna talaga, hindi po lahat ng A3 natatawag pa. Pero keep on following up. Huwag po kayong magsawa. And another tip, kung malapit lang ho kayo dun sa vaccination site, you might try going at 4:30. Baka naman ho may naiwan. Okay? But just keep on following up po. Okay? Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you for registering your husband. Thank you din naman kay husband na nagkaroon ng lakas ng loob para magparehistro. Okay?
From I think this is the last question, Doc.
Okay.
From Mr. R.D. Mercado Convento. Doc, good afternoon. Ilang days or weeks pwede ma-delay ang pagva-vaccine ng second dose ng Pfizer po? Thanks po.
Sana po, it wouldn't be too long. Okay? But again, due to the reality, ito lang sa ibang bansa po, nagkakaroon po ng problema ng lack of supply. So in some countries, they were vaccinated by one brand and another brand yung second kasi nga kulang yung supply. But again, in the Philippines, we are not yet doing that. And wala pa hong proven. Ginagawa lang ho yun sa ibang bansa kasi nakulangan na supply. And part of a study. So, advice ko po talaga is, sana as soon as possible to the scheduled date. Huwag naman po masyadong malayo. Okay? kung lack of supply, wala tayong magagawa, lack of supply. Pero wag sanang ikaw or kayo or tayo ang maging like traveling, tinamad pumunta. Wag naman ganon, okay? Kung lack of supply, let's just wait and pray. Naghahanap naman po ang DOH para sa supply natin. Okay? So as soon as possible po to the scheduled date. Again, what if you don't get vaccinated on that day? Masama ba? That's a very good question and tinanong din po yan sa mga expert po na na infectious disease experts. Ang sinabi po nila is in the real world, no, with other bakunas. Like for example, ito lang, yung anak ko, Reyna, I'm sorry to tell you, na-delay yung measles niya. Yung measles booster niya na-delay. Pero okay pa rin humabol naman siya. Okay? Humabol siya 1 year and a half delayed. So, it is in the real world po talaga maraming hindi bumabalik for the second shot, for the booster, ganon. Hinahabol na lang po. Pero ako po, ang advice ko, wag na lang po tayo maghabol. Let's be aware of the dates. And then, if lack of supply is the problem, wala po tayong magagawa. Let's pray for the government. Pero sana wag po tayo ang maging dahilan kung bakit po tayo hindi nakapunta sa araw na yun. Okay? So mga bate, my hair is standing up. Hehehe. Ayun po.
Hold on po. From Miss Carmelita Grospe. Thank you po, Doktora. God bless po.
Ayan. Si Ma'am Carmelita, yung fatty liver. Ma'am, thanks for sharing your experience. You know, that's good na nagtanong si Ma'am kasi walang masyado nagtatanong about liver disease eh. Everybody keeps asking dialysis, hypertension, and diabetes. So, I'm glad na in-open up ni Ma'am yung issue ng liver.
From Miss Jessica Tupas, thank you, Dr. Anna and the team for the continuous public health education.
Thank you, Miss Jessica. Yay!
From Miss Corazon Malyari Castro, thank you so much po, Doktora.
Thanks, Ma'am Corazon.
That's all,
it.
Doktor.
Woohoo! So to everyone, magandang hapon po.